There's so much information out there about Amazon FBA. Are you confused about what you're doing? Are you confused about where you're at? Are you confused about what to do with it? What we're going to do is we're literally going to give you a list of goals. Yeah. Where you do one goal, you check it off, then you move on to the next goal. You don't have to go out of order. You don't have to get confused. You go down the list. What's up? KT9 back at it again.
Back at it again.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again in the white vans. Okay, we're just messing around. So today I'm really excited about this video. It's been a video I've wanted to make for a while, but really what it is there's so much analysis paralysis. There's this information and this information and this information and this information. And what we literally did was created a sheet, and it's actually linked down below. So go check that out if you want, right? But it's literally linked down below where you look at the goal. You do the goal. When you do the goal, you mark it off.
That's right.
You move to the next one.
It's really helpful.
You don't have to focus on anything else. You don't have to be worried about something that's way over here when you're right here, literally step by step. So the first goal is product research, setting goals for product research. So Kel, what is the very first goal to get started with product research?
All you should be thinking about when you first start, all you should be thinking about is getting the right software. So we have some recommendations for this. If I was telling you what to do right now, which I guess I am, I would tell you to get Jungle Scout Chrome extension, the light version, which is $97. That's the first software you need. That's what you need to start. There are a ton of other tools you can use, and we're not saying that they're bad or they're terrible. And if you already have one, use that tool. But the first thing you need to do is identify what software you're going to use.
Yep. And I'd actually recommend that you take notes before we go any further. Just write this stuff down because I'm telling you it can help you.
Yep.
Once you have the software, the next goal that you can check off the list is literally practicing product research, because there are a whole bunch of different methods.
Yeah.
Figure out the method that you're comfortable with, that you like, get good at it, then check this one off the list.
Did your mom ever tell you practice makes perfect?
Practice makes perfect.
That's so right.
In our product research video, we go through a couple different ways to find products, figure out one of them, get good at it.
Yes.
Get good. G-I-T-G-U-D.
Get good.
Get good.
Get good
at it. That's your goal. Once you're good at it, mark it off the list.
That's right. It's a skill you're going to use going forward for sure, for sure. And then after that, you're going to find a product that is actually your product. You've narrowed this down, you've learned how to do it, and you're going to find a product. So that's the goal, that when you check it off, you're really starting to move. You're almost there to starting your business.
Yep. After you check that one off the list, you're done with product research. You can check it off, you're done. Check it, you're done.
Use a pen.
You're done, right? Okay, now the next goals that we have listed out are about suppliers, or about sourcing the product. So, Kale, what's the first goal when you're trying to source a product?
I literally forgot. When you're trying to source a product, you need to reach out to 15 different suppliers. So we teach this. It's actually from a book I read. It's called the 10 times rule. So you only need to identify one supplier in the end, correct? But in order to get the best supplier, you have to reach out to 10 times more suppliers in order to find that best one. This is a great book. It's called the 10 times rule. This is just for free. This is extra. But anyway, the reason I say 15 is because you actually need 2 or 3 samples in order to find that product. So we're getting 15, reach out to 15 people, narrow it down, find the people with the best English, and that's goal number 1.
And he actually already went over goal number 2, which was getting 3 different samples.
I'm jumping all over your toes.
3 different samples. We get 3 different samples because we want to test the quality. We want to see which one is best. We want to see which one is lightest. We want to see which one is the best, which product you want to put your brand, your name, your logo on. So you get 3 different samples. So contact and reach out to 15 different suppliers. That's first. Number 2 in this one is getting 3 different samples.
That's right. What do you do with the samples when you get them? This is key. Get in a room with all your friends. This is going to be fun, actually, because they're going to be
it is fun.
Yeah, they're going to be more involved in your business. You're going to say, hey, which of these samples do you think is the most expensive? We've done this. We've been like, hey, I got 3 erasers. Which one of these do you think is the most expensive? And then, this is the fun part, you literally try to break them all. So see which one's the most durable. See which one stands up to abuse. Like, don't break it right away. Like, throw it around the room, use it as you normally would, and then break them. And see which one is the most durable, because product quality is our second biggest thing after margin. Product quality is our second biggest characteristic that you're looking for in a product.
Right. Check that one off the list. Next one that we go to is negotiating a price. Negotiating a price, negotiating price plus shipping with the supplier, okay? So there are a bunch of different ways to do this. There are templates out there. There are all these other things out there. But basically, you're trying to negotiate a price with the seller, right? With the person who's making it. And then you place the order, right? So negotiating, check it off. Place the order, check it off.
That's right. That's right. So once you've done all those things, you've identified samples, you've got the product, you've actually ordered the product, now you need to get your listing up. So these are all listing optimization goals. Taylor, what's the first goal?
The first goal of this is getting great pictures.
That's right.
We recommend getting 6 to 8 pictures, right? And, you know, it depends on, you know, how much money you're spending, how much time you're going to take. We recommend at least at minimum 3, 4 just product pictures with the white background that matches Amazon's rules for what the pictures are supposed to look like. And then getting 2, 3, 4 lifestyle pictures of the product actually being used. You know, we offer this as a service through Honey Badger Boost. You can outsource this. You can do it yourself. But I just want to reiterate this one more time, right? These are checklists that you go through. When you're done with one, you go to the next one. You don't skip ahead. You don't go back. So right now, get your product pictures.
And I think that's great too, is because I was just thinking that this is a goal where you don't have to become an expert in it. So lots of these goals takes you like a week, 2 weeks to actually learn how to do the whole process. If you don't want to do that, you can outsource it, and there's great services available. We have one at Honey Badger Boost. Obviously, we own that one, so we're biased, and we think it's great. But there are a lot of services out there, and you don't have to be an expert. You can just check this one off by outsourcing.
Exactly.
Super nice. So after that, after you have the photography is the #1 thing. Like, people are looking at your pictures, and that's why they're buying your product. You need a listing that converts. So that's optimization, listing optimization. Again, this is something that you'll have to learn. You'll have to go on YouTube. You'll have to get from various sources. Hopefully, our channel will provide you a lot of value in that category. But you're going to have to learn how to optimize a listing, the title, the bullets, the description, the back-end keywords, all this stuff. Or what else can I do?
Well, outsourcing.
Outsourcing.
You can outsource
to us again. And we will literally, a lot of the time it's me or Taylor who's actually doing the optimization for Honey Badger, because we like to be hands-on and people want us to do it, obviously. We have a whole team that does this as well, but we will get your keywords right. And it's so big for your listing. And if you don't want to learn the whole process, we're not that expensive.
The next step that we actually have is actually go to the keyword that you're going to be targeting, the keyword that you're going to launch for, and look at those listings and make sure that your listing matches. Make sure that it matches. Make sure that you have better or just as good quality pictures. Make sure your listing, your title, everything is just as good or not better, right? Now, there's like a step in here that like we're not, it's included, but like we're not going to spend a lot of time on it, right? And that step is inspecting the product and getting the product to Amazon. That's really the checklist, right? Is inspecting the product, which Kale talked about before. Look at it. Even when you're do the same process that you do for your product that you do with samples. I mean, do you agree with that? Like, just go through everything, right? And then get it into Amazon. Once you get into Amazon, you're up. You start a business. You've already done your listing. You've already done your pictures. You've already done everything. It's up and selling.
You have a product up and ready. So then after that, you need to sell the product. So this is all, like all of our videos go together, which I love. But we have a 2-part launch strategy that we've taught you guys. And the first step to that is getting PPC going. So these are all PPC goals. Okay, so goal #1 is
getting that low bid one up.
That low bid one. I feel like that's like a finger roll, like the low bid one. So we have another video. It's called the low bid hack, or low bid PPC hack. Check that out. And what it is, it's an automatic campaign that allows you to kind of dig Amazon for some keywords that you otherwise wouldn't think of. And you can start that immediately, even before you get reviews, even before anything. And that one's going to end up being your best PPC campaign. A lot of our students have tried that and had great success with it. We have great success with it. So that's #1.
And you know what? This is why I love this list of goals, especially when we're dealing with stuff like PPC, because a lot of people hear pay-per-click PPC and they're like, where do I start? What do I do? How do I do it? Right? This is literally what we're going through right now is goals, where you do one. Then you do the next one. Then you do the next one, and your PPC will be fine. The next one that we suggest setting up is actually a manual PPC campaign where you're pulling keywords from Viral Launch's keyword research. So you're going to pull all those relevant keywords in, and you're going to add those into a manual PPC campaign. We actually have another video where we talk about doing this, getting the keywords, and Kale actually has a bonus video in there of adding those actually into a PPC campaign if you're trying to figure out how to do that. Kale, what's the next goal for PPC?
So that's a manual campaign, and honestly, the goals here are going to be setting up 3 different manual campaigns, okay? So one of them is a manual campaign based on merchant words. One of them is a manual campaign based on Viral Launch keyword research. Sorry, it's a lot of tongue-tying. And the last one is a manual campaign based on seller.tools. Okay, so these are all goals that you can check off. And we're going to teach you guys how to do this. I'm not sure that this is the best place to even get into the weeds of how to do that. But all that information is going to be forthcoming. And I can't wait till you guys learn this stuff because it really is step by step. And every time you add one, you're adding more keywords that Amazon can look at.
And this is honestly one of the biggest reasons why we made this video. Because people are like, how do I set up PPC? We just gave you four actual steps, right? The low bid, Viral Launch keyword research, seller.tools, merchant words. Those are the 4 campaigns you set up, right? The 5th goal, and this is kind of like an ongoing goal that you never really check it off, but it's there to remind you to do it, is optimize it once a day. There are a bunch of different ways to optimize, but you go in, and if there are keywords that are costing you a lot of money and they aren't converting, take them out, right? You can add in negative keywords. I mean, there are a million different ways to optimize PPC. And you can do it. We can help you from Honey Badger Boost if you get one of their packages. It's just, this is an ongoing goal of continually optimizing PPC.
That's right. And so the next goal after that is just numbers, raw numbers. Your ACOS might start off high because you're not used to this. You're not used to this process. Your goal is to get that ACOS under 25%. If you're under 25% for ACOS, you're going to be selling a lot of product and you're going to be making a lot of profit. So that's what you want. Get your goal set right.
And the next one, the next goal is just to follow on to that, right? Get your ACOS down under 10%. Right? So those are goals. And you get under 25% and then under 10% by that continually optimizing your PPC campaign. So those are the goals for PPC. What do we do next, man?
I love this video right now. I just want to make a comment about how download that checklist below because as we're talking here, each of these steps might sound a little, I'm just trying to think of it from a beginner's perspective. It might sound a little bit over your head. Like, how do I even do that? Where's that information and stuff like that? But once you get to that goal, you're at least going to know what questions to ask, and you're going to be very focused on accomplishing that goal. And you're going to be able to work through those barriers with some assistance, obviously. But I just don't want you to get overwhelmed by all this stuff we're telling you. We're trying to give you step-by-step goals. Okay? And so the next one after that is launching and ranking your product.
Launching and ranking your product. So there are a bunch of different ways to launch. You can use Viral Launch. You can use whatever. All of these goals just have to do with launching and ranking, right? So the first real goal when you're launching and ranking a product is identify the keywords, okay? And so there's actually, this is like a 2-part goal. I guess it could be 2 goals. The first one being identify the broad keyword. So if you're selling a towel, then identify the word towel, whatever the broad keyword is. This will probably be the one that you found in product research, right? And then what we actually suggest is to find at minimum 5 long tail keywords. We have a whole other video on what long tail keywords are, but identify 5 long tail keywords.
And once you find a long tail keyword, once you find 5 long tail keywords, the goal is to systematically get those onto page 1. Page 1 is where you make all the sales, where people on Amazon search for something, which is your long tail keyword. They search for that phrase, and then they buy something on that first page. That's what people do. They don't go to the second page. So your goal is to get that keyword to page 1 for your first long tail keyword.
The next goal is, it's a little complicated, guys.
You might not be ready for this one.
But it's actually get your second long tail keyword also to the front page.
You see how this is going, right?
What's the next one?
So goal 3, you might want to get that keyword to page 1 as well.
Get the third keyword to page 1.
What's goal 4?
Get the 4th long tail keyword to page 1.
Get all your keywords to page 1, and that's when you'll start making the most sales.
And the last goal that we have for launching and ranking your product is to literally rank number 1 on the first page. Rank number 1
for the broad keyword.
This seems so mundane. This seems so silly. But all the time, we have people asking us, what do I do next?
So true.
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
What's my next step? And what this checklist is literally doing is it's saying, okay, even if you've already started, even if you're not brand new and you're in the middle of this checklist, find where you're at, go to the next one.
Yeah.
That's what you're working on. So the last like 6 goals or something like that was rank this one, rank this one, rank this one, rank this one. Do that, mark it off, and go to the next one. I'm telling you, it can change your business. Now, Kale, all of the goals that we've had so far have been like what I like to call pre-sale goals. Right? Now, obviously, if you're ranking keywords, stuff like that, you're making sales,
money,
right?
Yeah.
But all of the goals that we have from here on out, a lot of them are just a lot of raw numbers, right? But what they really are post-sales goals of you are just, this is what you're aiming for. This is what you're aiming for when you are trying to figure out when you should restock, what keywords you should rank for, how much you should be optimizing PPC. All of those things, this is where we're at. So the first one that we actually have is setting some sales goals.
Sales goals. Okay. So for sales goals, it's really simple. Your first sale. We want you to get your first sale. We want you to post about it in our group. We want you to have celebrate. Like that is big. You got your first sale on Amazon. So I don't want you to take it for granted. There's something that says don't despise small beginnings. Small beginnings are big and they end up turning into something big. We were excited about our first sale and we're pumped when you get your first sale.
The next one I think is massive, right? And it's actually getting your first organic sale. This is a really, really good feeling, right? When you're not getting a sale because you launched into a giveaway or because of your PPC campaign, somebody literally typed in a keyword, found your product, and bought it. That's such a good feeling, and that's literally the next goal. Once everything's done, get your first sale, then get your first organic sale. And the rest of the goals in this section are literally just numbers. So Kale, what numbers are they aiming for?
Let's get 5 sales a day. So let's just increase. We actually did this. I don't want to just say like we made this up. Like when we were talking and we were starting this company, we were like, all right, we started off and we were like, let's get 5 sales a day. Let's get 10 sales. What's the next stuff? It's
5, it's 10, it's 25, it's 50, it's 100. It's just in that order. Get that many sales a day.
Exactly.
Set those as just goals. Set those as benchmarks because I promise you that when that is your goal, if you are selling 26 units a day right now, your next goal should be selling 50 units a day. And when that is what your mindset is, when that's what you're thinking about when you look at Amazon, the ideas of how to optimize PPC, what you can do to drive even outside marketing, what you can do to drive that to get more sales, I'm telling you that's how your business is going to succeed.
And you can change your pictures. You can do all sorts of stuff. Also, if you really like money, if you feel like money is something that drives you, which I'm sure it is, you could do this based on revenue.
Correct.
So you could do, I want to make $100 in one day, revenue. I want to make $200. I want to make $500. I want to make $1,000. See what I mean?
And there are 3 revenue goals that we really had that really stuck out to us that we were really trying to get.
These are ones that we put a little more thought into rather than just doubling your revenue.
So the first big revenue goal that we had that we thought of was $273 in revenue per day. That was like a goal. That seems like a random number. That's like why 273?
How specific is that?
$273 per day. Times 365 days a year is $100,000. If you can do $273 in revenue per day, you are the business owner of a 6-figure company.
Wow.
That seems like such a small thing,
crazy?
But it like gives you this sense of achievement. It's like I own a 6-figure business.
If you consistently do 273 a day for like a month, I would start telling people I own a 6-figure business. Because you do, and you have consistent sales. I mean, it's awesome. 500 units is the next thing we kind of went to just because we couldn't jump all the way to 1,000 from there. So 500 was our next goal.
$500, not
$500.
units.
And that's the next one on the checklist.
And the next one is 1,000. We just want 1,000 because like doing $1,000 a day, like that's a cool thing to say. But 1,000, and then the next one, and this is the big one, and this is one that we're teetering on basically right now. We're like there, but we don't do it every single day. It depends on PPC. We ran out of stock, so we're not there on a product, whatever, right? The next one, and this is actually one that we're trying to achieve consistently every single day right now, is $2,740 a day in revenue.
In profit?
No, in in profit, but right now it's in revenue. Right now it's still revenue. $2,740 in revenue. Okay. Why do you want $2,740 a day, Kel?
Does that mean $1 million?
It's because it's $1 million. If you make $2,740 every single day for 365 days in the year, you will own a 7-figure $1 million company.
Well, that seems ridiculous. I mean, I even knew that, and that seems ridiculous.
It is. Like we're like here, like there are many days where we've done over that, but it's just like in my head, like since I was a small child, it's always been like I want to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like,
wait a second.
All you have to do is sell $2,740 worth of things per day, and you are doing $1 million in revenue.
Yeah, you're $1 million company.
Right.
That's so awesome. So that's the checklist. That is the full checklist. That's all Taylor's got written down over here. Wow. I think that adds a ton of value to your business. Let us know below, honestly, like which of these goals is something that you're on right now? Which step of the process are you at? This channel's growing so fast that I don't really know where you guys are all at.
Right, exactly.
So I would love to know which goal you're on, what your struggles are with it, and how we can help you overcome it.
Yep. And I think it's just using these goals, right? Don't try to figure out what's the next step. What do I do? Where am I at? Mm-hmm. Go to this goal sheet. Figure out where you're at. Go to the next one. And you know, you can also modify these goals. These are actually, a lot of these are actual goals that we had. And we still have goals as we're running our company, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, you can use those revenue goals and go to profit, right? You want to make $100 in profit a day, $500 in profit a day, $1,000, $2,740 in profit a day means that you are an actual millionaire, right? $1 million in profit a year. You can modify these, adapt these, but in terms of, you know, just general, where do I go next? Mm-hmm. This video gives you that. And I think that this is a really, really awesome way to look at it.
Yeah, I love it. So again, thank you for watching. We don't take it lightly. This video might go live at a time where we have 1,000 subscribers.
It might.
We're not sure when we're going to post it, but if we have 1,000, like, wow. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, whenever you push upload, I had seen YouTubers talk about this, how you push upload and it's a little bit scary because you don't know who's going to watch it. Yep. You're putting yourself out there. We really put a lot of time and effort into these videos. You should see the rig that is making this, you know,
hey, Kel took a picture or took a video. Yeah. Send that to me and I'll put it at the end of this video.
That was for an overhead shot on a different video, but like, I mean, we got 13 lights. We got 2 tables. We got a camera here. We got a camera up here suspended. I mean, that's an expensive camera hanging down with an overhead shot here so we can write. We got video here. We got video here. We got Taylor here. It's crazy, guys. I hope you enjoy this one because it was not easy. The stuff that goes into the stuff behind the scenes, and then the fact that you guys actually care and take time out of your day to watch it, like overseas or in the US, just kind of blows my mind, honestly. So thank you for being here. We honestly appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you so much. If you made it to this far in the video, comment down below. Tell us what step you're at. Tell us what goal you're at. But just type in, "You're welcome." Because you guys are the reason that we're able to do this. So we love you guys. We love you so much. We're so glad that we get to do this with you. And reach out to us. Come to the Facebook group. We'll chat it up with you. We'll do what we can to help you.
That was good. We have to end it on a smooth note, on a good one.
Signing out.